Economy means that fewer people are getting married, and those who are want to do it on a considerable budget. A recent survey conducted by wedding planning website The Knot revealed that almost half of all women said they would be willing to split the price of their engagement ring. Should a woman pitch in to cover the cost of the diamond ring of her dreams? Well, maybe if she earns big bucks and has a preference for flashy jewelry. Does it make sense for her to invest in something she truly wants? Kailey Michelle is creator of Kailey Michelle Events, a boutique wedding planner, and joins me now. Kailey, hi. What do you think?
Well, to be honest, I would say that my first comment is, in hearing that, it kind of saddens me. I think that for me, the reason I love weddings so much and I'm in the industry is because I love the integrity of marriage. And I think that having a woman pitch in to get a bigger size rock really takes the focus away from why we're getting married, takes the focus away from the marriage and puts it on the materialistic possession.
So have you encountered this in your business?
Honestly, yes. I mean, I encounter it from everything from the rock to every aspect of the wedding, from the gown and the flowers. But the reality is that most people can't afford to have it all, and compromises come in every fashion. And so I think when it comes to the ring, something that's so sentimental, I would really hate to see the focus be taken off the integrity of it. And I think in the innate nature of things, every man, whether he says it or not, wants to sweep his bride off their feet and make them feel absolutely taken care of and that they're special. And I think by bringing the woman into involvement of picking the ring and it's got to be the best and bigger, it takes the focus away from that and takes that away from the man. And I don't like that personally.
But what if she wants a ring that he can't afford?
Well, I understand that and then I hear that point. But if you're marrying the love of your life and really that you can't imagine another day without that man, why does the size of the rock matter? Because for me, I know some of the most amazing marriages where the couples are head over heels. You know, not just, a year into the marriage, but 30, 50 years into the marriage, they boast simple gold bands. And those bands mean just as much, if not more, than the sparkly, flashy rock.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm always fascinated by the degree to which people will spend what seems to me incredible amounts of money on a wedding gown, on the wedding itself. I mean, tens of thousands of dollars, if not more in many cases.
That's definitely true. One way I approach it with my couples is I call it the 3 most important rule. And I basically say to my couples, together, decide on the 3 things that are absolutely the non-negotiables of your wedding. It could be the ring, it could be the food, it could be the dress, but together decide what those 3 things are. And then go full hilt. Get your, whatever it is that you want to the extent of your dreams, but then be willing to compromise and make concessions in the other areas. And so my point in saying that, and to your point, is that if the ring is one of those 3 most important things, the non-negotiables, then go for it. Spend a little bit more money. And if that means you have to chip in as the bride, as the fiancé, then so be it. But I would always encourage at the same time, is this really what matters most?
Hasn't it become fairly commonplace for couples to become involved in the cost of their own wedding? Or if it's the parents, that it's the parents of both the bride and the groom who are sharing the cost of the wedding?
Yes, that's totally true. I know for myself, I would say 90 to 95% of my couples are paying for the weddings on their own. Mom and dad might chip in, but it typically is in the way of them saying, we'll cover the bar bill, or we'll pay for the gown. So they're tending to chip in specific facets as opposed to contributing X amount of dollars or paying for the wedding themselves. And I think it's largely because of 2 factors. One is that most people are older when they're getting married. They have lives, they have established careers. And the other is because, unfortunately, the expectations of our weddings have kind of been blown up out of proportion. And so couples go into it, just like you're saying, with the notion of this is what I want and I have to have it. But the reality is, it's thousands upon thousands of dollars to get that dream wedding.
Talking with a wedding planner, Kailey Michelle, and I'm going to open the phones and get your reaction to what you have been hearing. We started off with the idea of going Dutch or sharing the cost of an engagement ring. I'd like to hear your reaction to that, perhaps your experience with that. But anything else to do with the cost of wedding, what you did, what you would do if you had it to do over again, 604-280-9898. Toll free, 1-877-399-9898. You're with Bill Good on the Chorus Radio Network, and my phones are open to you. Talking with Kailey Michelle, creator of Kailey Michelle Events. She's a boutique wedding planner. And the story that caught our eye, a recent survey conducted by a wedding planning website, revealed that almost half of women surveyed said they'd be willing to split the price of their engagement ring. Well, we'll touch on that and any other wedding-related topic that you would like to speak to with Kailey. Jim, good morning.
Hello. I recently got married the first week of September, and I actually took because of the busy schedule, my wife's busy work schedule, I actually took on the planning myself, and I got some really great deals.
Okay.
I did for the catering, which was out and out, have someone else do it would have been, literally in the thousands of dollars. I went shopping at Costco, got all the materials and supplies, planned my whole menu. So when the caterer got there, I just really needed him to put everything together that I had pre-prepared and pre-cut, and we had excellent service and a nice food product, but I saved thousands by just doing some of that myself.
How many people at your wedding?
160.
No, it was a big wedding.
Yes, it was. And ironically, one of the biggest things at the end of it was most people said that I had probably too much food. But my catering cost, the actual caterer itself, was $1,600.
And what about the bar? What did you do about the bar?
The bar we did, I made my own wine, I made my own beer. We had some hard alcohol drinks, and we just did a bar by donation. And I ended up recouping a large amount of that because I did it by bar by donation, and I ended up with another $500 back from donations.
Kailey, what do you think?
Well, that's definitely a way of approaching it, and I say good for you. And you have one lucky wife that you were able to take that on, so good for you.
Greg, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I come from a position we've been married for 26 years, so I got a couple of points here. One is, the day we got married, all the accounts, everything became one anyway, so who really cares if it's coming from this account or that account, because ultimately you're partnering in life together, and so it should all be one. So that's, it's kind of a non-issue. When we went on our 25th wedding anniversary, took a nice cruise, I bought her a great big-ass ring because I could afford it now, whereas 26 years ago, I really couldn't afford that much. So we did what we could back then. And that's what raises the second point here and that's what I find the most alarming, is this attitude of entitlement kind of thing, where they've got to have it all right now, the biggest, the best, whatever. Whatever happened to delayed gratification? Do these people not realize that you're starting out in life together? You've got houses to buy and furniture to buy and education to save for and, all the stuff that comes with life. Right?
Yeah, no, I think you make some excellent points. Kailey, can you give me a ballpark on what an average wedding today that you're involved in costs?
I would say the average is around between 40 and 50,000. There are a lot of couples that come in with the idea of I'd like to stick around between 25 to 30, but rarely does it stay to that. But weddings go upwards, and many times end up around the $70,000 to $100,000 range. It really just depends on the expectations of the couple and where their focus is, and that's why I stress that. Where is your focus and what matters most?
And is there a considerable cultural difference? Are some cultural groups prepared to spend a lot more than others when it comes to weddings?
Hands down, culture has a lot to do with it. Everything from what matters. A lot of cultures, it's about showing off and presenting the couple to society, where for other cultures, it's more of camaraderie and a celebration of friendship and family and the people who have helped shape the individual, the couples, into who they are today.
And if you had to come up with a ballpark and tell me approximately how old are most brides and grooms today?
I'd say in their 30s.
Probably 5 to 10 years older than maybe a generation ago?
Oh, definitely. And again, that is cultural. If you look in Christian circles, the kids are definitely still getting married younger. But if you look overall, the average, I would say they're definitely in their 30s. And I have married many couples that are in their early 40s.
First time around?
For some of them, yes, but largely no. It is their second time around.
And what about securing a venue? How difficult is that? And if you're having a wedding of 100 or more people, how far in advance do you have to book a venue?
It used to be that if you were a year out, you were safe. That's not the case anymore. I have more and more brides meet with me, and they're absolutely overwhelmed because they're a year out. They've called 5 or 6 of the venues of their choice, and they're already booked. And so on average, a lot of brides are starting a year and a half out or planning to have a longer engagement to enable them to be able to secure their first choice vendors. And it used to be that, just the main things were booking up quickly, such as the venue. You had to get your gown early. But now it's even things such as popular makeup artists and designer florists. And every vendor is booking a year out, if not further.
Interesting. Good stuff, Kailey. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too, Kailey Michelle.